This is kind of a public service. Drugs can be very dangerous. When I was young, they used to say that marijuana, the Mary Jane, led to harder drugs. I always thought that alcohol led to marijuana and harder drugs. I just thank the good Lord, if there is one, that I never did opium and never did heroin. I never socially chipped. Opium dates back thousands of years, traced to the Sumerians around 3,400 BC. And heroin derived from morphine was produced and introduced in 1898 by Bayer as a cough remedy. And its addictive properties, of course, were soon recognized. And don't get me started on Coca-Cola, back in the day, that is, before they changed the formula. And on the tombstone, on his tombstone was inscribed, I was okay with marijuana, smoking, and even heroin. But with cocaine, I drew the line. I don't make light of this subject. Evil to the core, no coming back once baked. There's no return. Might as well go all the way, they say, from heaven to hell. So many rooms and opium dens and altars in the smoky dreamland. The gate is narrow and the road is rough. Through the eye of the needle into the lake of fire, Lazarus rose, only to fall. Night and day, under the sun and stars, beneath his chiseled tombstone, evil now dwells. To the poppy flower. The mold is set, the day it's fired, baked into the darkness, no longer desired by the celestial hands or the whispered prayers. Just the echo of the laughter and the symphony of despairs. Evil to the core, a truth embraced. No turning back from the desolate space. Once baked in the furnace, the die is cast. This is the kingdom forever to last. And the velvet drapes of the opium den, the cold hard stone of forgotten men. Altar of pleasure where the shadows reside, in the sweet dreamland forever, where demons hide. Evil to the core, a truth they embraced. No turning back from the desolate space. Once baked in the furnace, the die is cast. This is the kingdom forever to last. And the gate is narrow and the road is rough. Through the eye of the needle, it's never enough. Into the lake of fire where the souls ignite, Lazarus rose, bathed in burning light. Peppermint incense, a twisted perfume, night and day, they weave the doom. Under the sun and the stars, the rain took hold. Beneath the chiseled tombstone, the story untold. Evil to the core, a truth embraced. No turning back from the desolate space. Once baked in the furnace, the die is cast. This is the kingdom forever to last. And here they dwell in eternal night, a monument to darkness, a beacon of blight. Now I heard that Chinese opium is so strong that it can kill you. No wonder it's a drug for youth in Asia. And one heroin addict said to another, like a baby, it feels so amazing to have it in your arms. And I don't make light of this subject. These are nothing to fool around with. Very addictive properties. Socially chipping and socially popping. Tombstone ceremonies, tombstone sermons. The sermon to the evil Evil to the core, no kneading back the dough. Once baked, no rising. The gardens where the saints go. Might as well scorch the sky. Drag heaven down to the track. Through the needle's eye they fly, burning, never to look back. Many rooms they've claimed, and horses in the velvet den. Altar candle flamed, where the faith bleeds out like ink. Sweet dreamland, gate of a knife, a road, a broken tooth. They chose the second life. Lake of fire, the only truth. Lazarus coughs. In the ashes rises peppermint thin. Incense swirls like cash above the grave they're in. Night and day, it's the same shade beneath these watching spheres. Sun stars won't persuade this stone to taste your tears. Beneath the chiseled name where angels fear to tread, they smoke the final flame, alive among the dead. A stoner died from heroin overdose the other night. The paramedics did everything they could, but it was all in vain. Goes back 800 years, the use and abuse, and now it's an epidemic. An epidemic, not an epidemic, not an academic. And there's help out there. There's help hotlines, there's programs. All one needs to do is reach out, make a phone call, or show up at a meeting. All one needs to do is lay it down and get clean. The whole concept of drugs and alcohol and all that abuse is a way to escape. But the trouble with it is, it changes the mind, it changes the network of the brain, it changes your biology, it changes the receptors, and there's no turning back. And when you do decide to put it down, it's a long road to get clean. But there is hope. And if one is strong enough to do it. Oh, just by the way, one of the most addictive substances are tobacco, cigarettes.